Actually, this is the most important part. So, so the pivot table, the PowerPivot. So the one you guys downloaded, you downloaded all these files except for this one. So this is, let's go and create it from scratch. It's called PowerPivot multi. And let me rename this to old, so I don't get confused. Okay. So again, we'll go through the exercise how we're gonna add data to our data sources. So I'll go to PowerPivot, I click Manage, and let's start importing the data. So first, let's take a look at the data. We have Access database, 2 Access databases, and 2 Excel files, correct? So let's open one of them. Sales databases had channels, date, has a query one, which does what? Design view. Let's double click. So it gives it sales based on store. I don't need that. So these are the tables. Has product, entity, channel. The second one, product categories, it has only one table, product categories. Fine. For some reason, it's in a separate database. Geography, it's an Excel file. So you have geography type, it's a continent, country, region, and country name. Most importantly, geography key. Always look for the key columns. Okay. So let's close this. So let's start. We already have this open, don't we? So let's start with the Access databases. From a database, these are the Microsoft standard. You always can load from other databases like Oracle, Teradata, Sybase, and others, but these are shortcuts. From Access database, browse C. My case is C/temp/PowerPivot/multi-source. Enter. So the first one, controls the sales, and I can quickly test the connection. Successful, so all good. Hit next. Select from tables. These are the tables I have. I'm going to do all of them except query. I don't need that. And finish. So these will get added to my data model, and it tells me how many records are found in each one. 300,000. Okay, it's a lot of sales records. I think a million something. Remember, I deleted some of them just to make it lighter. Maybe not much. Okay, so I'm done with the first database. So I'll add the second Access database, which is product catalog, I think, product categories. Test connection, works fine. Yep, and finish. Connect to external data source, yes, okay. And close. So I have eight categories, so not bad. So let's get the Excel files. We'll get from other sources, go all the way down, have Excel and text files, hit next. I browse for geography. By the way, even here with Excel, you can always test connection as well.
I'm going to tell you, like, what can go wrong.
Test a connection, let's say if you need, at least in the Access file, sometimes username and password are required. So if you don't have those, or if you have the wrong ones, you can test before you load it. So it will try to open that Access database with the username and password you provided. And then we'll tell you if that's it was able to log in or not. Same thing with Excel if it's password protected as well. So here in geography, this is the mark, the checkbox to use the first column as the first row as headers. And if when we open it, we verify that the first row has headers. And you can preview, by the way, there. We'll do that in the next one. So this is geography, and this second one is stores. Next is only has one sheet. You can preview if needed, so it's there. It's good, and hit finish. So remember, we need to build relationship now between these data from different sources. So view diagram. So Excel tried to guess basically what is connected with what. We can verify that. So date key is related to, here shows me if I double click the link, is that the date key from sales is related to the date key in dim date, which is valid. Product, hold on, let me zoom out a little bit because stupid screen resolution. I added this by mistake. Delete from one. Okay. So this is the sale. The sale happens in a date through a specific channel, correct? And is linked, it's sale of what? Of a product. The product on its is part of subcategory that's kind of not correct, because the product should be part of a category. This link is between product subcategory, actually it is subcategory. Smarter. But subcategory actually is what? Is part of category, right? So here we'll look at these two. We have the product category key. So now we know we can aggregate. If we didn't make this link, you cannot group the sales under a category. The highest you can go under subcategory. But when you have multiple subcategories under one category, if you don't make this link, you will not be able to do that aggregation, to create grouping per category. Now the entity, let me see, I think sales has entity field. If it does, probably is not needed. Actually, I don't see the entity anywhere. And let's see what else we have here other than entity. We have geography. Geography belongs to what? Is it belongs to sales? Sales should be in a specific geography, or if you remember, store. But what's store is what? It's a channel. So the way you look at it, you check your data. You check the data and go to channels. Again, you have to be familiar with the data when you do this. So channels, you have stores or online or catalog or seller. So if it's a store, it has to have a location. Where is it located? Okay. So if it's a store, then you have a table stores. Let's go back to diagram. Where's the stores table? Here you go. So the store has a geography key that should be linked to this. And is there anything under store related to channel? Actually, it has entity key. That's good. That means this can be linked to the entity here. So the store could be part of an entity. But now how are we gonna link the store to, it's linked to geography. No, this should be store name, store type. Not there's a channel key in their store. Hold on. Maybe in sales if there is a store key. Store key. So it's directed directly to sales. Let me move this up a little bit. So this is optional. If the sales happen in a store, it will have a store key there. Let me zoom out. This can go here, and this can go here. Let's go here and put it here. Okay, this is better. So now we have the relationship. Okay, so let's save it. So let's create a pivot table. New worksheet. And let's say you want to create by geography, by a country. Let's keep it simple initially. By continent, I want to get from fact sales, this sales amount. I want to get sales quantity and sales amount. So instead of continent name, if I want to get, let me see, city, state, there we go, region, country name. Actually, let's do that. You can do by continent, by country name. Let's remove this. This is by country, right? So we can have this data. Let's stick to sales. And take this data and simply we can either just map it. I can create this chart. Let me show you actually if I can select it from here. So same thing I can do, where is it? Geography,
Country.
region, country name, that's the location. And it is country. From sales, I'm gonna select sale amount, which is somewhere here. I don't have a timeline. Actually, I could use dates as timeline, but just let's stick to this first. And you can select actually the sales if you want to do the average or count or max or min or just the sum of all total countries. Use columns, but pretty small. Here's the difference with columns. You have to tilt it a little bit horizontally to see the difference. Bubbles, you can do that too. Maybe here you want to do a flat. Now time, you can add a field. From, actually we can get it from sales. Not date key, actually we have to get from date. You can do load date. You can use it per month. see if there's any changes. You need to look at the data if it's changing from month to month or not. But see, it gives you all the values there to project it. Yes.
Can it show the amount?
It can show the amount. You can add.
The timeline can also show the amount.
If you have the label shown, yes. Let me see. Add legend, add text box. There's a way you can add, show the data labels. On data card.
The value?
Yeah.
It's the same place. You can just change the there is sigma sign over there, right? So when you take your cursor to it, it will show you the information.
Yeah, but you want to show it like permanently, like on the. Yeah, this is called data card. You can even customize this one. So you put the mouse over each one, it will show you. I know I need to look into it actually, if, as it's doing the animation, if you can see that.
Want to show the legend?
You can show the legend, yes, but it's only you using one variable here. Okay.
You can customize the data label as you require in terms of sales amount.
There's a lot of customization you can do here. It's just really the beginning. So we're running out of time. So this is how kind of get both together between PowerPivot, how we can get the data from multiple sources, how you can map them. Next Monday, there's one additional piece on the mapping is how we can work with lat and longs. Here just we did countries and states, but just the other part of that if you have, because some of you'll have the data in lat and long. So see how we can take those and plot them. Okay, thank you. So we're good.